What's up, guys? I'm Frenzy, and welcome back to another episode of Viewer Castles. Today we're going to be starting off with Kuydo, whatever. We're going to be doing him on my knight, because a lot of people have been asking me to use my knight for some of the lower level castles. So I'll be doing that, starting from now. So we'll hop into it here, and see what we got. Okay, so I see this smelly archer. I also saw the trap. If I approach towards the aggro circle, I can see that there's a trap here. So what I'm going to want to do is dodge out of probably a hook, and I'll just kill that off. Well, maybe I'll kill that off. What I'm noticing, well, what I'm wondering is where this actual trap goes. Does it just throw me down this way? No, it goes this way. Okay. So that's fine. I'm a little bit indifferent about all of the derps. You have 3 of them there. I would say you only need 1 at, even if you only need 1, because you had everything bunched up here. So if you want the Cyclops here, I would remove all of the derps and put something else in instead. Derps just don't do hardly any DPS at all. Snotters are even better than that. And if you could find a 3 supply or 4 supply mob, I don't know if you can get 4 supply. But an archer would definitely do better than 3 derps or something. Alright, so pound more and a dog is fine. He came from that way. What I want to do is see if I can skip this next mob group that's over here. I see all these mobs over here. And that's the main problem with rooms like this. It looks like I won't be able to, though. The only thing that I can do is if I decide to go and take the long way, I kind of flank this area, and I can yank this Defendatron and kill him off before I really have to engage anything else. And that also will screw up this trap that you have here if I come around the other way. That's the only problem I could say with this setup. But I'm gonna hit it and see what happens. Okay. Well, I'm guessing the momentum basically throws me in there if I'm hitting that corner. And what do we got here? It looks like that's on Resurrect, so that's fine with the derps, right? If you're going to use derps, that's the way to use them. You have a bunch of weak mobs, aka derps, and then a mass Resurrect on your Dr. Skull. So that's probably working pretty well for your level. I want to make sure that I can't skip this, so I'm guessing this Snotter helps it so that I can't skip it. Okay, so that's good. Alright, the only thing that I would say is the placement of this mob group is kind of awkward. I see everything as I'm approaching this area. I'm not sure if there's any areas in your dungeon where you could fit this better. That's the only thing I would really say. And then, this room, maybe if you could find a room that only has 1 path. Even still, as I'm saying this, and as I'm noticing this, if I come up this way and I actually do go the way that you want me to go, you're noticing that I'm going to be able to see this trap really, really early. So I would say maybe you want to use a different room for this springboard trap. But then again, we have this patch coming up where we really don't know how good springboard traps are going to be afterwards. I don't know how the stun immunity and stuff is going to work. So it might be best just to leave it for now and wait to see how that's going to affect things. This might actually come up, this episode might be out before or after the patch is already out, so... yeah, I would just, be careful of changing things a little bit too quickly, I guess. Maybe it's working for you now, but the fact that you have vision of it like that isn't very good. But, all in all, it's not too bad. I would say that, spend a little bit more time picking rooms that you actually want to use. I generally spend more time picking the rooms, specifically, rather than placing the creatures and getting the design correct. I think the rooms are more important than the creatures that you place in them a lot of the time. Alright, so we'll get on to number 2 in just a second. Okay, and for number 2 we have Razor Edge 1. Cast level 18, I'm only going to be a level 19 here, so definitely a possibility that I could die. It's a lot closer leveled. Than I'm, I guess, used to with commentary. I kind of have to pay a little bit more attention. This looks a lot like my thing, so yeah. Alright, so that's basically like how I have it set up for my dungeon. So I can't say anything bad about that. I'm even gonna have to use a potion off of that. Okay, so we have a fire trap instead of a glue mine. A little different from what I do. And I'm not sure if you have a pull. You do. Alright. So the only thing I would say is like, hold on, I have to pay attention to this because this can kill a knight pretty quickly if you don't dodge away from these balls. The one thing that I would say is the slow mines are usually better when you're setting up a pull into Stairmasters. The fire mines aren't necessarily bad, but I think like going slow is probably better. Okay, what do we have here? This is a little bit different. That should have pulled through into something else, I'm assuming. But it's a good placement on this fire trap. I'm kind of trying to like look around. It looks like you didn't actually pull me into anything else. That's going to be a pull though. Alright, so that pull was designed well. It's coming from the bottom of the screen, and I didn't see the hook. However, I kind of saw how it was set up. You had me coming in and fighting two squidlies that like tank a little bit of damage as the hook's coming up. So it kind of made sense to my brain just because I'm used to this. Looks like you're gonna have a pull through the wall over here. I noticed it beforehand. At least that's what I assume that you're doing. Yeah. So that's all good. I just kind of went the wrong way that you kind of didn't want me to go. I'm unsure about mittens though. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to do with that. I guess the idea for you is that you want... I actually see this now. If I get pulled by this, I get flung into this mob group, and I think how mittens would behave is he'd walk around, and then once he sees the hero in this room, he would howl and enrage all the archers. So, I mean, I think it might be like a lot of supply just for extra attack speed for archers. Like, I would prefer more archers if that were the case. I just don't think Mittens really is worth his supply right now. His defense rating that you use. Okay, and you have another pull. So, I mean, this is a lot of pulls, and you noticed that because I didn't get hit by the first one, this isn't like necessarily all that difficult, although Pete Poundmore is, you know, he's Pete Poundmore, so. I mean, that makes him a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I would say that you have to be a little bit careful, because when people don't hit these springboard traps, it's going to make your dungeon a lot easier than it necessarily should be, and people are going to take a lot less time doing it. I'm assuming you've already noticed that with replays. If you're getting attacked enough, people that aren't hitting that trap are probably making it through your dungeon in a pretty quick amount of time. So there's a lot of fake little derps around. Like, I'm pretty sure that didn't pull to anything either. They're just kind of there, which is I like. I don't mind that at all. You know, they're skippable, but it's a derp, right? It's one supply. I have, you know, 2 supply that I'm not even using in my dungeon currently, so... Well, I think I have a lot more than that, but... let's take a look at this pull, because I kind of just ignored the fact that it was there. I think it's set up well, I do. I think you have level 4 hunger bots. If not, you should be at the level where you can get them, because all of your other people are level 20, and I believe level 20 are the level of hunger bots, so... Yeah, I think that should work for you. It's in a pretty good position where you can't really see it, and that flings you over into this group as well. Yeah, definitely making use of a lot of springboard traps, I've noticed. So for people who are pretty good at avoiding that sort of thing, you'll have to be a little bit careful. Like, people that are good at avoiding it are going to have a pretty easy time, I would say. You know, to slow things up a bit, what I've noticed is like pulls through the walls and stuff like that. Like, your fake derps may buy you time for, you know, the first run that someone does. Okay, and then Mousetrap. I'm a little indifferent about the mousetrap. Like, it's not really going to do anything without mobs around it. And then you have this. Yeah, this is an interesting little setup you have. Like, in general, I would almost want to run backwards, and I might have to. To kite the Pete Poundmore away from the Robo Shieldatron. That's like usually the best way to deal with these types of setups when you're not like over leveled or anything. Please don't tell me that. Okay. I was scared that that Shieldatron was going to re-shield him, but I'm good. So yeah, I mean, it made me use a lot of potions. Currently, potions are kind of like, you can just chug them all the way through the dungeon. So that's like the good thing about these kill zones that you have set up. Yes, they will probably almost one-shot anyone who gets caught in them. But if they don't get caught in them, you're probably not going to have anyone who runs out of time. You know, I did because I was talking throughout the whole thing, but if I was rushing through it, I don't think anyone would have a problem getting through if they didn't hit any of your kill zones. Other than that, like, I think the kill zones were set up well. I think the hooks were coming through the bottom of the screen and they were being blocked by the skill bar a lot of the time. So I think that has to be working pretty well for you at this point. So I don't really have anything... I don't think I really had anything throughout the dungeon that I would say to improve on. Just be cautious as you're leveling up and people are getting better and better at controlling their heroes and stuff, and not getting hit by those kill zones. You're going to probably have to change things up a little bit to make the dungeon take a little bit more time. That's all I really have to say. So yeah, we'll jump into number 3. Okay, and third, last but not least, we have SirHiss, castle level 23. I'll be using my archer for this. This is going to probably be a pretty difficult one. Probably the hardest. It is the hardest castle that I've done in these videos to this date, so I'll have to be pretty cautious going through it. It's just kind of a preemptive thing. I don't think there was actually anything. Actually, there was. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I pulled that Jimbo. Alright, so the Jimbo, you know, like I've said in previous videos, Jimbo's pretty easy to dodge. Although I got hit by him right then, and he did 900 damage, which is disgusting. In general, he's pretty easy to dodge his attacks. Alright, so I think I'm going to have to be going downwards over here, so let's do that. I like your fire placement pretty much everywhere. I think it's pretty good. It's kind of forcing me to be in awkward spots, which is nice. I like the opportunity that you have to have a double pull here. You had the Scorpio coming up, and it's pretty easy for the Scorpio to pull me into this Pete Poundmore. And yeah, dampeners are pretty awesome. I'm not sure if I like dampeners better than like Enrager Puppeteer or something. Probably they're definitely better for knights, because if knights can't get the Pete Poundmore off of them after like their first shot to reset their cooldowns, kinda, it's pretty difficult for them. Okay, so I may have just pulled 2 groups. It looks like I didn't, but I almost did. That didn't even occur to me that that was a pull, because I fought it from so far away. God, Scorpios are so good at level 24. Like, it goes from one-shotting them at level 20 to, like, 5-shotting them. Oh, that's good. I like that a lot. I don't think I've had... Okay, and I died. I don't think I've had anything bad to say about this at all, at this point. Alright, so heal me. We'll keep going. This castle is set up very well. I like a lot of the stuff that you have here. And Zeeks do so much damage too. I'm getting ideas by just going through your castle for what I'm gonna do when I level up my castle, because a lot of the stuff changes, it seems like. Like the DPS and like the way things scale is kind of weird in this game to me. Like I think Scorpios get way better. Zeke did like 700 damage to me, but at the lower levels he did almost nothing. So yeah, I like that setup. It looked like you have probably the Zeke over here, and I pulled both groups. You have a lot of like tricky double pulls that I'm not really seeing beforehand. Like I know that this is going to be a pull through the wall. This one's pretty obvious. But even though it's obvious, it's still annoying to deal with, right? I have to wait all the way out here. And who knows, it could have been a fake. I mean, these pulls are from so far away. Oh, right, and then the Scorpio's actually just going to stay there. That's so good. I like that a lot. I can't even, like, get up on him to use my, what do you call it? Split shot. With the Zeeks on headshot, they do a ton of damage. I'm scared that this pulled something, right? I feel like it didn't, because they were so far out, but you had so many, and then they did actually pull something. Oh god, I got pulled. That's interesting. You have it kind of so it goes from both ways. You have like one pull and one Stairmaster on each way. I don't know if that'll actually kill someone. I guess if they get pulled into the fire as well, like I did, because I did have to use a potion during that, so that's interesting. Alright. I have a feeling I'm going to be going through your castle again, outside of a video, just to see how everything you had set up works. I knew there was going to be a pull on the other side of that, so I kind of wanted to just get hit by it, so I had stun immunity. Oh, that's weird. Where did that even come from? That's interesting. I'm wondering if that was like, I left that, but I don't know where I would have left it from, that top hunger bot. If you want to like post a comment after you see this and let me know if that top hunger bot was something like designed to come from the top like that, or if I skipped it. Alright, so it looks like you kind of have a trap set, but like I did in one of my previous videos, you use this entry room at least. And I like the, Stairmasters off of it, because if you do spring the trap, you're going to die to the debasers 100% of the time. Or Stairmasters, I mean. And then that leads into your boss room. And what's your boss room going to be? A Jimbo being shielded, and that's kind of about it, right? Alright, so just kill off all the little stuff first that I don't have to deal with. And then I can kite this Jimbo for days. So yeah, I really don't have much bad to say about this. Like obviously, I feel like the Jimbos aren't gonna get you hits all that often, because they're just so ridiculously slow. But only kind of in your boss room, because the closer corridor areas that you had in the earlier part of your dungeon, I got hit by the Jimbo that one time, and that does like 700 damage. But I think in the boss room there's so much like area to move around in. I don't think people are going to get hit by it all that much. That's pretty much the only thing I could say that might be an improvement, is switching out the Jimbo for something a little bit different. But it was a really good castle. I liked almost all of it. Really, really good job. Alright, so that's going to be the third and last one for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you know, as always, if you like what I do, subscribe and leave a like. And if you want to be a part of Viewer Castles, 3 ways to contact me: leave a comment in the videos, attack my castle and leave a comment, and email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. You only have to do one of those. A lot of people do it twice and stuff, and that just makes me have to like go over the sheet that I have. I pretty much, whenever I see a new comment or something like that, I write it down on a piece of paper and I put them in like groups of 3, and that's kind of how I'm going to do my videos. That's how I do my videos. And also, just to say this and put it out there, like, I record in bulks, so you know, I wait until I have 6 to 9 people before I record a bunch of episodes, and then I'll record 3 of those episodes, and then those will roll out throughout the week. So when I do your castle, it sometimes will take, you know, a couple of days until the episode actually comes out, and you know, when you submit your name, it may take a day or 2 before I actually do your castle. Alright, so with that, I'm going to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.